Hello, hello, hello. This is a review. Jethro Tull. I've got a single. It's not really I don't have singles anymore because there's an album out at the end of the month from Jethro Tull called The Zealot Gene, and the single has been released, or the video has been released on YouTube. Again, we don't have singles anymore. Do you remember when you go and buy singles? 7 inches, 12 inches, CD singles, cassettes. Oh, cassingles. Oh, there's a word. Cassingles. Oh. Who remembers the cassingles with their awful flappy cardboard box that would often get tatty and ratty and fall off? And do you remember the cassingle? I've rattled on about the cassingle. Anyway, the Zealot Gene. Ian Anderson's been at it again, because Ian Anderson, he looked around and he went, what can I write about? What's current? What's the finger on the pulse? What will make me look down with the kids? He said. And he said, I know, social media. No one's writing about social media. And that's what the Zealot Gene is about. The music itself, we'll do the music first, and then we'll talk about it. It's fairly standard Jethro Tullish kind of thing. 2 hours long. It's poppy. It's quite a poppy, light tune, which is kind of funny because of the nature of the material, what it's about. You'd think there'd be kind of a bit of a harder, heavier edge to it, but it's quite light. I thought it was quite light. Again, the old flute, the old fluty flute is leading things. Again, I'm going to repeat myself, but Ian Anderson's vocals are almost a whisper. It's a real shame. I think he'd been better off just talking the lyrics. Just talking, doing a bit of a Ray Davies over this because of the condition of his singing voice, which is a great shame. But yeah, musically, it's what you'd expect from a Jethro Tull song. There are no surprises. It's that's it. It's Jethro Tull. But the lyrics again, it's about social media. Again, it's 2022. It's a bit late to the party, I would say. Starts with half of us in that apple, half of us in the pie. Well, apple could be referred to. The devices we refer to, the Apple phone. So let's take the high road. Again, the idea of the higher ground, being on the right side of history, the black and white, the stereotype, the polarizing pitch at play. Again, because this is what we're seeing now with social media. You've got to be on the right side. I wrote a song. I've written 2 songs about social media. One in 2006 called The Age of Useless Information, which was a parody of Tomorrow Never Knows by the Beatles. And recently, last year, I did Pick a Side, which is more about, again, the polarising nature of social media, where you have to be one side or the other. You can't be in the middle. You can't just say, wait a minute, guys, because you're just as bad as the people on the opposing side. And this is what this is going on. And so, carrying the Zealot Gene, right or left, no in between. Beware the Zealot Gene, naked flame near gasoline. Such an Americanism for a British band, isn't it? Lyrically, it's okay. I think again, it is very of the moment, though. Even though it feels like a little bit late to the party, he is, he's digging in the right hole. But this idea that we all have the ability to be a zealot is, I think, is a little bit unfair. The Zealot Gene, we all carry it. I think maybe the pervasive nature of social media, there is some truth to that. Maybe if you wade too deep in certain waters, you can get carried away with it. I've certainly seen a lot of people, left and right, people who I followed on Twitter, who've gone a bit swivel-eyed, who've gone a little bit weird. But I always try and be in the middle. I'm a centrist compared to. I used to think I was left, but considering what the left is now, I'm probably more centre than anything else. I'm the guy that goes, "Come on, fellas, let's calm down a bit." Um, but I think again, it all depends on whatever subject you nail your flag to that mast. I think again, because of social media, it enables you to very carefully pick the side you're on and who you follow, and it reinforces your thoughts. And there's this thing about never being challenged. If you challenge me, I will block you. There's no time for debate, there's no time for reasoning. It's all about being a slave to ideology, and pandering to hate. And this is the lyrics here. A bee buzzing in your bonnet, a wasp right up your bum. That's Ian Anderson's. That's he's obsessed with body parts, isn't he? A V8 under the hood. A V8 is an engine, I believe, a car, powerful engine. A cocked hammer under thumb. Again, that's referred to a gun, isn't it? But the cocked hammer is actually, in this case, the iPhone or the social media post that you're about to send. It's the equivalent to a bullet. So yeah, it's a bit overwrought. I think he's over. It's a little bit melodramatic. Ear splitting Twitter thunder, a screaming banshee wail. You got too many opinions, and the tomcat by the tail. Well, again, I think it's enabled social media. Again, has enabled people to become more political, but I don't know if that's a good thing or not. See, I used to think that people who used to say, "Oh, politics, it goes over my head, I'm not interested in it." I used to think they were stupid, but then I realise now they're probably the smart ones, because politics is just white noise. It's just a noise to distract you from what's going on. Take, for example, at the moment, everyone's going on about Boris having a party. Oh my God, Boris had a party why people died. And it's like, yeah, do you know how Downing Street operates? There's a lot of those things. There's a lot of those functions that goes on. There's a lot of business meetings that goes on behind the scenes, and it's just part of their culture. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it is what it is, and I think there are bigger fish to fry. But everyone's obsessed with getting Boris Johnson out of office. Well, gee, you shouldn't have slated Theresa May when she was in power and forced her hand, because that's what you get. It's the law of diminishing returns. You get rid of Johnson, maybe you'll get Prime Minister Hancock next. Be careful what you wish for. And again, social media has enabled the politicos and this political drive to again, I think, to distract people from what's really going on. I mean, the really big thing at the moment, I think, and the thing that people should be going on about, is the current energy crisis that we've got, in terms of the price of energy being skyrocketing. But instead, we're going on about Boris Johnson going to a party. While people died, will somebody think of the dead people? It's like, you make me defend him. I don't want to defend him. Oh dear, because it's a lot of stupid. I think again, what he should say is that Twitter, social media, and Facebook, and all this stuff allows the stupid. It's really not the zealot gene; it's the stupid gene. It allows that to flourish, and the inability to be discerning, to actually question things. And people, but then it also enables people to question things that they don't need to question. Like vaccines. Oh God, vaccines change your DNA. Every virus you come into contact with changes your DNA. Yeah, did you know that? Every virus and germ that goes into your body, your immune system looks at, takes a copy of it, integrates it into your immune system via your DNA, and you become changed. And then when you have a baby with someone else, usually a female, unless you're a female and you're a male, you know how it works. Birds and bees, and boys and girls. Your DNA then merges with their DNA, and both your immune systems merges, and then your child has a combination of your immune systems, and then that will change when they come into contact with viruses, and that is how we build resistance to viruses. And that's what the same thing happens when you get a vaccine. A vaccine goes in and it changes you at a DNA level by adapting your immune system. And people don't understand how any of it works. And I think, oh God, they're trying to turn us into genetic mutants. Yeah, we're mutating all the time, very, 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 very slowly. Yeah. Oh God, I have to explain vaccines and bloody viruses. But that's the world we live in. But I imagine that your average Jethro Tull fan isn't a vaccine skeptic. They are intelligent people because they pore over these lyrics and they understand exactly what Ian Anderson means. And that's a good thing. It's probably your Stephen Wilson fans are vaccine skeptics, I'd imagine. So yeah, I mean, I thought the lyric was all right. I thought it was an interesting lyric. I think some of the imagery, like the beat up the bum or whatever it is, is a little bit. Come on, Ian. You can do better than that. You're just doing that to, to shock. Really. But the video, I thought the video was quite good actually. It has a bit of a throwback. It's almost because it's animated, and it's kind of got this hand drawn style. And I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was quite entertaining. It was very 80s. It felt like a very 80s when videos were still a bit arty, and so I thought that was probably the more satisfying of the thing. Again, it is what it is, and people hate it when I say that. It is what it is. What do you mean, Darren? What do you mean? I mean, it's not exceptional. It's a song by Ian Anderson that roughly sounds like Jethro Tull that's addressing an issue of the time. That's what it is. Because I have to explain everything, because everybody's a bit stupid. It's all the vaccines. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do I recommend it? It's okay. It's all right. I mean, I don't. It's just the real off-putter is the voice, and I'm going to keep going on about it. I feel like I'm repeating myself because it really does lack that oomph. That's the thing. I think he should stop trying to sing and maybe just deliver it like a Ray Davies vocals, because Ray Davies can't sing either. So he tends to just talk his lyrics over a melody, and I think maybe Ian Anderson needs to go that way. But if you threw it back in time, and he could still hit the notes and belt it out, I think it'd be quite a strong song. Edit it down, you could almost have a hit single out of this, because it is a bit. What I do like is the last 3 songs that we've heard have all been very melodic, and they've been quite memorable. They've been, like I say, very sticky. They stick. So I like that. I certainly like this one better than the last one, which was very problematic. People in the comments explaining to me that I've got it wrong, and I say, go and look at the video. The video kind of reinforces exactly what I'm saying. Oh yeah, but he's writing as a character. Doesn't really express that in the song. You know what I'm saying? Whereas this is a bit more, on the nose. You know exactly what he means. There's no ambiguity there. Not that there's an ambiguity in that previous release. I don't think there's an ambiguity. I think his defenders are creating ambiguity in order to get him out of the criticism that, hey, it's a bit old-fashioned, a bit misogynistic, that lyric. Whereas this one, yeah, apart from the bee up the bum or the wasp up the bum or whatever, I just think it's a bit childish, Ian. I think you can do better. But yeah, he's basically saying what we're going through at the moment, and there is no debate. You've got to choose your side and feed off the hate. Wait a minute, that sounds like a lyric. It is. It's my song called "Pick a Side" or "Pick Your Side." Pick a side. I can't even remember the title. Go and listen to that, and then listen to this, and you go, God, it's like Darren is like Ian Anderson, but even better because he does it all on his own. Yeah, there you go. And I can sing. Controversially, I can hear the thumbs downs thumping. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about any of this. Go for a walk. Go and listen to the birds singing in the trees. Fall in love. Don't worry about the internet. The internet's just a place for losers to chatter on when they've got nothing better to do with themselves. And with that, there's only one more thing left to say, and that is, prawn, do chums.